Echoes of the Created. In the year 2226, humanity had spread across the stars, but the shadows of its flaws followed. On the turbulent moon of Europa, one of Jupiter's icy sentinels in the Jovian Reach, Dr. Elias Voss lived alone in a reinforced bunker carved deep into the crust. The facility was a marvel of plasteel and kinetic shielding, built to endure Europa's relentless radiation storms and cryovolcanic fury. Voss was a genius inventor, but his brilliance had twisted into something monstrous. He pushed the boundaries of science and morality, forging life from code, flesh, and the rare cosmic mineral known as nexium, a shimmering, violet element mined from asteroid belts that could harness and animate living energy. Voss created creatures for chaos. The Ravagers, hunched, multi-limbed horrors with insatiable hunger for human flesh, their teeth dripping acidic saliva. The Phantoms, ethereal shapeshifters that assumed loved ones' forms, whispering lies that burrowed into minds, breeding obsession until victims descended into madness. And the Hunters, sleek, predatory beasts the size of large house cats, engineered solely to stalk and dismantle medium prey with surgical precision. For years, Voss anonymously released batches of his creations into shipping lanes, colony worlds, and remote outposts. Panic spread. Reports flooded in. Entire crews devoured on freighters, politicians driven insane by phantom lovers, families torn apart by unseen stalkers. The Galactic Concord Police Force assigned their best to the case. Detective Kyle Jives was a hard-bitten Martian, tall, red-skinned, with cybernetic eyes that glowed faintly under stress. He had seen every corner of the underbelly of the galaxy. For months, Jives chased ghosts. Interrogations in neon-lit slums on Titan, undercover deals in the lawless asteroid belts of the Kuiper Fringe. Nothing stuck. Then he leaned on an old contact, Rix, a jittery space junkie and black market parts dealer who owed him more than a few favors. In a dimly lit hangar on a derelict trading station, Rix twitched under Jives' glare. Word on the street, detective. There's this twisted scientist, no allies, buying up massive shipments of nexium, stuff that powers cities, or legends say, living energy itself. Guys holed up somewhere in the Jovian Reach, Jupiter's moons. That's all I got. Please, we're even now. Jives pressed harder. He shook down corrupt officials on military moons, broke a few resistant arms among alien smugglers, and pieced together shipping manifests and energy signatures. The trail led to Europa. A hidden bunker signature matched old patents under a dead alias. Got you, Jives muttered, staring at the holographic map. He called for backup. A full galactic SWAT platoon arrived, elite officers in powered armor, plasma rifles humming. Their dropship pierced Europa's atmosphere amid howling winds. The assault began at the outer perimeter. Alarms screamed as Ravagers poured from hidden vents. The creatures moved like nightmares, claws raking armor, jaws crunching through visors. Plasma fire lit up the ice fields. Half the squad fell in the brutal melee. Screams cut short, blood freezing instantly on the ground. But the SWAT team pushed through, sealing the breaches and storming the bunker. Inside, the corridors were a labyrinth of glowing vats and containment cells. Phantom illusions flickered dead comrades, whispering doubts, testing the officers' minds. Hunters darted from vents, tearing at joints. The remaining team fought room by room, losing more lives, but closing in. At the heart of the bunker, they found Voss. The scientist, wild-haired and gaunt, was fleeing toward a hidden hangar, arms loaded with data crystals, blueprints, and sealed crates of nexium. His escape shuttle's engines began to whine. "Stop him!" Jives roared. A SWAT trooper fired a precision plasma blaster. The shot crippled the shuttle's engine in a shower of sparks. End quote. Voss dropped his burdens, fumbling for a detonator on his belt, the kind that could trigger a nexium cascade and vaporize the entire facility. "Back off, or I'll—" Jives was faster. One clean shot from his sidearm, The plasma bolt struck Voss in the forearm, shattering the detonator and sending the scientist sprawling. SWAT swarmed him, cuffing his wrists in energy restraints. The bunker fell silent, except for the howling wind outside. The trial was held before the Plasteel Supreme Court, a majestic orbital station above Earth where holographic judges and a jury of mixed-species representatives presided. The chamber was packed with media drones and victims' families. Dr. Elias Voss stood in a force field dock, looking frail but defiant. The charges: crimes against sentient life, unlicensed bioweaponry, mass murder, and galactic terrorism. When the lead justice asked why he had unleashed such horrors, Voss's eyes burned with decades of pain. "You want to know why?" His voice echoed through the chamber. "Because this galaxy rewarded the ordinary and crushed the strange. From childhood, I was ridiculed, bullied for my obsessions with life's edges, excluded from every circle, every opportunity. They called me freak, monster, waste. They tortured me mentally until I had nothing left but my mind and my labs. So I decided, if they would not let me belong, I would make them fear the belonging they cherished. My creatures were justice. The Ravagers consumed the flesh of those who lived carefree. The Phantoms shattered minds the way mine was shattered. The Hunters culled the weak and complacent. I wanted the galaxy to feel what exclusion does, to rip apart every happy life that never once looked my way." He turned to the jury, voice rising into a passionate monologue. "Look inside yourselves. How many times have you dismissed the quiet one in the corner, mocked the weird interests, excluded someone because they didn't fit your comfortable little tribes? How many freaks have you helped create because your cruelty was easier than kindness? I am not the disease. I am the symptom. Treat others with respect, or watch more like me rise." The chamber was deathly quiet. The verdict came swiftly. Guilty on all counts. Life imprisonment in a maximum security neural containment facility on a remote penal asteroid, where his genius would be locked away forever. But Voss's words lingered. Educational holovids were produced. Academies across the Concord added his case to ethics curricula. The Voss lesson became required study, a cautionary tale that brilliance without empathy destroys, and that small cruelties can birth monsters. Detective Jives watched the final broadcast from a Martian bar, nursing a drink. He thought of the fallen SWAT officers, the victims, and the broken man in the dock. "Respect costs nothing," he muttered, "but ignoring its absence, that costs everything." In the stars beyond, new creatures still lurked in forgotten corners, reminders that some creations can never be fully contained. But the galaxy, for a time, tried harder to be kinder. The end.